Okay, morning folks. Welcome to the briefing on Saturday the 1st of May. Looking out the window, yeah, it looks like a bit of a rerun of yesterday from the same picture. And you can look at the chart here and see that we're in a very slack northeasterly flow. Pressure is perhaps a little bit lower than yesterday. We've been dropping. Very unstable air, and once things burn off, it will get going fairly quickly. But because it's unstable, it'll turn to showers at some point. So, just going to quickly run you through the next 24 hours. Very similar sort of air mass tomorrow, but then these fronts win out, and the low pressure system wins out on Monday. So initially Monday is looking a bit wet and windy, so make the most of today and tomorrow really. TAFs locally very similar again to yesterday. Light and variable winds. The Farnborough wind prediction has been out for weeks. They've been almost 180 degrees out from what everybody else is predicting, so we'll just ignore that one. So scattered at 4,000 feet, becoming between 7 and 9 o'clock, reasonable visibility, but the 30% prob temporary between 12 and 4 o'clock, showers and rain, I think is a similar picture to yesterday. It's going to turn showery at some point during the afternoon. It's going to be hit and miss as to where they are. Gatwick is a similar sort of forecast. They're again giving prob 30, which is isolated, which should be all right for us. I don't think Heathrow is any different. Yeah, prob 30 for isolated showers. Upper winds, as I say, there's this northeasterly flow. So I think over us, the upper winds are only light 5 knots, but the general direction is 020, 030, right the way down across to the channel, hence setting up on 09. Because I know we had a similar sort of forecast a few days ago with upper winds northeasterly, and we tried operating on 27. The grid launch was fine, but winch launching, we were getting 900 feet, so we were forced into changing. I thought we'd just go with an easterly grid launch, save the winch launch operation having to change later in the day. One thing I will say about yesterday, and it's probably going to be exactly the same today, if we do get a big storm cell near us, the wind will change. It did a 180 degree shift within a couple of minutes yesterday. Went from easterly to westerly fairly quickly. The wind will be all over the place, and it'll just point towards the nearest big storm cell. So be aware of that if you're coming back into Lasham. Give us a call. We'll tell you what runway we're using and what the wind is. SatPic showing that there was a bigger blanket of mid-level cloud yesterday, which burnt off fairly quickly. There's less of it today. I think it'll burn off pretty quickly. Temperature will go up fairly readily. And I think we're looking for probably around 7 degrees to get things going. Yesterday, that was the sort of real trigger temperature, but it didn't really get properly going until it hit 8 degrees. Max temperature today, 12 or 13, so we feel fairly warm. And dew points, they'll be down to about 0, -1, so pretty good temperature split. Should see a fairly high cloud base for 4,500 feet, but it's certainly ready and willing to go to showers fairly quickly. And you can see that here by the 1 o'clock predicted ascent. If you plug in 11 degrees, you're getting a 4,500 foot cloud base, roughly where the lines come together, but it's unstable all the way up to 15 to 20,000 feet. And the same looking a bit further into the afternoon. Yeah, plenty of vertical development in the cumulus and a good chance of showers. I just had a quick look at the Hurstman ascent just to confirm that these weren't too far out, and it's showing exactly the same thing. There's the overnight inversion. It'll take about 7 to 8 degrees to break that once it gets going. There's nothing up here to about 20,000 feet to stop it, really. So the vertical development will be fairly noticeable from the get-go. It'll take a while to turn into showers. Most places seem to be predicting there's a lot of showers down on the south coast and drier further north and east. So that do seem to be, the best areas. Just going to quickly log into Top Meteo to have a look. See what we've got. So by 11 o'clock, it should be going to 3,000 feet. The Lasham weather station showed yesterday that at about 11 o'clock, cloud base was 3,000 feet, and that seemed to be fairly accurate with the temperature and dew points. And as the day goes on, by sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I suspect we can see what we saw yesterday, showers down to the south building up, but sort of clear areas around here, and a good chance of reasonable soaring with sort of 4,500 foot bases up towards Oxford, and beyond, a little bit into East Anglia and out towards the northwest. And then it's just going to be a lottery as to where they are, folks. Remember, it's Prob 30, so they will be isolated. Hopefully, Lasham, like yesterday, will remain reasonably clear, and we'll just get sort of light sprinkles of rain. And we didn't get the heavy deluges that took place 5-10 miles down the road. Cloud amounts, I think by 11 o'clock, we're going to hopefully see proper cumulus going. And then 4 to 6 eighths, I think, realistically, with showers and larger spread out areas. So quite a lot of cumulus. The sort of sideways development of the shower clouds will be quite noticeable, certainly from 1 o'clock onwards. So predicted distance showing quite a good day, but I think the area is going to be a little bit restricted in how far you can go. You've got to pick your way around this area here. And I think task-wise, it'll be up in that direction. But having a look at what's going on, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour before you launch, just to see if there are any shower developments in and around here, because they popped up over the Swindon area fairly quickly yesterday, blocked that way pretty swiftly. Okay, so not a bad day. And hopefully tomorrow, similar sort of picture with less chance of showers. Fingers crossed. So quite a good weekend in prospect, hopefully. Airspace wise, not really a lot. It's just a notification here that the Southampton airspace switches off at 1:30 local time today, and tomorrow it's on 1:15 to 20:30. Nothing else going on particularly in this area. Tomorrow, Old Warden have restricted airspace for an air display, and that really is about it. I've uncluttered it from all the paragliding and parascending stuff, so it is fairly quiet in terms of airspace in the centre of the country. Operation, as I say, we're all set up on 09. A winch launching will be on the normal place on the runway, and that'll be set up certainly within the next half an hour. We'll launch the grid basically when we think we can get you going, folks. We should have 4 or 5 tugs today, so launching will be fairly swift. And when you come back, give us a call. Just a reminder, it's a polite reminder, keep all finishes north of the Lasham Avenue Road, please. No buzzing over the top of the clubhouse, because it's not appreciated, certainly by me. All right, see you out on the airfield, hopefully sometime this morning.